said you eat them.
Can't eat books, Toby.
Oh, do you read books too? No, read, not eat. Oh, do you read books?
Yeah.
What kind of books? Strawberry?
No, plain old kind of books.
Banana books?
No, where there are some books about food.
There's books about food. Do
Do
they taste good?
I think you're being silly, Toby. They don't eat books.
They don't?
No, they read books.
What does that mean? What do you mean you read books?
Yeah, and I love their Christmas books. I love their Christmas shirts that I read for Christmas.
Are books scary?
No.
Is there monsters in there?
No. Sometimes they're scary.
Is there an alligator in the book?
No.
Yikes, alligators! Oh,
What in shell? What are you doing in your shell? Come on out of there.
there's an alligator in the book. I'm getting out of here.
Did you make your announcement?
Yeah, I'm gonna just maybe
Okay.
start. You can start and then we'll do it.
Sure.
Does anybody know what kind of creature that I am? Nope. Well, wait a minute. One person said turtle, one said tortoise. Which is it? I'm a tortoise, and that's a kind of turtle. So I'm a tortoise turtle.
No, you're a turtle tortoise.
Wait a minute, I'm a tortoise. Do you know what tortoises do? We live on the land, not the water.
Not the water?
You don't go in the water? No paths.
No baths.
I like to eat vegetables.
Vegetables? They're not called vegetables. They're called vegetables.
I call them vegetables. Do you call them vegetables too? Oh, just vegetables? What kind? Fruit? I like strawberries and bananas. Where's the strawberry? Hey, do you have any strawberries? Psst. Hey, little girl, do you have any strawberries? Let me see.
The chocolate.
Uh-oh. Do you have any strawberries over there?
No.
No? How about some bananas?
I haven't eaten any.
Does anybody have a cookie in the bucket?
No cookies. You don't eat cookies.
I like berries, like raspberries and boysenberries and girlsenberries.
There's no such thing as girls and berries.
You know, there's boysenberries. They're delicious.
There must be some kind of berry. How about, do you like raspberries?
I like blackberries and blueberries and red berries and green berries.
I don't eat green berries. They wouldn't taste very good.
Oh, yes, they do. If you're a tortoise.
Well, should we get the show started here pretty soon?
Well, I'm out now. I'm doing a show right now. I'm going to be a tortoise.
You're being a tortoise. What shall we have a song?
Yeah, I want to hear some song. Oh, hello. Can I have a hug? What's that in your hair? Is that a strawberry? Let me see. Come closer. Come closer.
There's more kids coming in, looks like. This is a late show for preschoolers. Isn't it past your bedtime? Should we all take a nap? I like naps. Oh, you don't like naps? What about cat naps? You like kitty cat naps?
Oh, here comes the librarian. We better be quiet. Oh, quiet. Oh, quiet. Like this.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Margaret Martin. I'm the children's librarian here at Mercer Island. And before we begin, I would like to introduce two special ladies. This program is sponsored by the Mercer Island Preschool Association. If you've never joined Mercer Island Preschool Association or don't know about them, they're a fabulous organization. They do so many things. They have a big circus and they have several events all year long, and they have coffee hours. So if you want to meet, you're new to the area and you want to meet new people, they're a great resource. Also, I understand that they even have a babysitting service that they try to, that you can purchase to get babysitter or child care. So they do a lot of different things. They sponsor all the equipment down at Mercerdale Park. They bought all that equipment. They bought a lot of the equipment of the dragon, the park, with the big dragon and the castle. They've done, they also help low-income families. They've done numerous amount of things, and so I can't say enough great things about them. So if you've never joined Mercer Island Preschool Association, we have, Janelle, would you stand up? And Maria, back there I want to introduce. They will talk with you at the end of the program about, there's a membership and it's not very much and it really gets you so many things. Plus, you get to meet a lot of families. So, want to introduce and thank the Mercer Island Preschool Association for sponsoring this great program with Aliu. So, may I ask a couple of things? So, if your child is restless and disturbing other kids from listening to the program, would you kindly take them outside? Because we need everybody to listen, and if somebody's disturbing, then other kids can't hear. So I just ask you to take them outside so they don't disturb the performer or other kids. Okay? Thank you so much. Well, and there are flyers for Chinese story time, and also for parents. We have the Stars Workshop. We have a program, Singing to Reading with Nancy Stewart here on March 21st. It's on Monday evening. So that is happening.
And that's for adults only, right?
That's for adults only, yes. Okay, without further ado, let's give a very warm Mercer Island welcome to Alan Hirsch and Aliu.
Well, I like to play songs. I like to tell stories. I like to make sure you have fun. You like to have fun? Okay, now in my show, you can't just watch me like a TV. I'm not a TV, you know. You get to begin the show and do things. This first song, you need your fingers. You need your toes. And don't forget, you need your nose. Did you bring your nose with you? Put one finger up in the air, up in the air. Put another finger up in the air, up in the air. Put all your fingers way up in the air and wave them around up there. Put your fingers down in the air. Put one toe up in the air, in the air. Put another toe up in the air, in the air. Put all your toes way up in the air and wave them around up there. Put your toe down from the air. Put one nose up in the air, in the air. Put another nose up in the air, in the air. Put all your noses way up in the air and wave them around up there. Put your nose down from the air. How many noses do you have? Only one? Maybe you can borrow. You can probably borrow one from the library. Put one finger on top of your head, on your head. Put another finger on top of your head, on your head. Put all your fingers on top of your head. Tell me, is it green or red? Green or red? Blue? Take your fingers off your head, green or red. Put one finger on your ear, on your ear. Put another finger on your ear, on your ear. Put all your fingers on your ear and leave them there a year. Is that too long? Take your fingers off your ear, off your ear. Put one finger on your cheek, on your cheek. Put another finger on your cheek, on your cheek. Put all your fingers on your cheek. Now try to make them squeak. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Take your fingers off your cheek, off your cheek. Did they squeak?
No.
No. Maybe you need to shave or wash your face or something. All right, here comes a tricky one. Put one finger on your nose, on your nose. Take that very same finger, put it way down on your toe. Put that finger back on your nose, put that finger back on your toes. Now put your toes on your nose, on your nose. Ew, toes on nose? That's kind of stinky. Clap your fingers all together, all together. Clap your toes all together, all together. Clap your fingers and toes together. Let's clap for sunny weather. Clap your fingers all together, all together. All right, you did a really good job. But you know what? That was the easy part. Now we're going to do the hard part. Put all your fingers way up in the air. Keep them up there. Don't let them down. Now put your toes in the air. Keep them up there. Don't let them down. Put your nose way up in the air. With your toes way up in the air. With your fingers up in the air. Keep them up there. Don't let them down. Keep them all up there for a week. Keep them all up there till you squeak. Keep your fingers in your nose and your toes in the air. Don't you dare let them down from there. Put your fingers and your nose and your toes down from there. Give yourself a big hand. You did a really good job. You've been sitting down for a long time. Would the children like to stand up and come up here into this nice big empty place and act like animals? And maybe toys? And you can act like birds? And you can even act like furniture. The words of the song will tell you what to do. Are you ready? Jump, jump like a kangaroo. Kangaroo, kangaroo. Jump, jump like a kangaroo. Just like all the kangaroos in Australia. All right, get your wings out and be birds. Flap your wings and fly like a bird. A pretty little bird, a pretty little bird. Flap your wings and fly like a bird. Just like all the little birds up in the air. All right, now put your hands on your hips. You get to be a toy called a top and spin around. Hands on hips. Spin around like a spinning top. Around and round like a spinning top. Around and round like a spinning top. Go a little bit faster. Round and round and round and round. Round and round, round and round. Round and round and round and round. Everybody fall on the floor. And lay down on your tummy. Put your hands behind your back. Put your feet together flat on the floor. Don't kick anybody. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like a worm. A squiggly worm. A wiggly worm. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like a worm. Just like all the earthworms in the dirt. Now pick your feet up in the air like a tail. Put your arms out like flippers and swim like a whale. Swim, swim like a great big whale. Spout, whale, a reaching whale. Swim, swim like a great big whale. Just like all the great whales in the sea. All right, now here comes a tricky one. Reach back and catch your feet. You get to be a piece of furniture. Reach way back, catch both feet. One hand on one foot, one hand on the other foot. You got it. Now you're a rocking chair. A rock, rock like a rocking chair. A rocking chair, a rocking chair. Rock like a rocking chair. Just like all the rocking chairs in the house. Okay, now we're going to be spiders. Hands on the floor, feet on the floor, but don't let your knees touch. Push yourself up in the air like a spider. Crawl around like an eensy spider. A teensy spider, a weensy spider. Crawl around like an eensy spider. Just like all the spiders in the woods. All right, turn over. Now we're going to crawl upside down and backwards like a crab. Crawl around like a creepy crab. Creepy crab. Okay, stand up for the bunny hop now. Hop, hop, hop like a bunny, a little bitty bunny, a bitty little bunny. Hop, hop, hop like a bunny, just like all bunny rabbits in the field. Okay, squat down like a frog. Leap, leap like a little green frog. Leap, leap like a little green frog. Leap, leap like a little green frog. Just like all the little frogs down at the pond. All right, now stay squatting down and put your hands on your knees because you can be a duck. Waddle around like a little white duck, a little green duck, a little brown duck. Waddle around like a little white duck, just like all the little ducks on the farm. All right, stand back up and everybody turn around. Look at your mom or your dad or somebody you know. Stick out your tongue and make a funny face. Make a silly face, a funny, funny face. Stick out your tongue and make a funny face, just like all the clowns at the library. Now let me hear you. Clap your hands. Clap, clap, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap, clap, clap your hands, just like all the children in the world. Give yourself another big hand. You're doing a really good job. Well, while you're standing up, oh, wait a minute, they've got something in their shoes. It's in their socks. It's in their clothes. It's in their ears. It's in their hair. It's everywhere. You have the sillies, the willies, the billies, the nillies, and even the dillies. And there's only one way to get rid of them. You have to shake them out. Shake your sillies out. Shake your willies out. Shake your sillies and your willies and your billies and your dillies and your nillies out. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Shake them out. They're gone, they're gone, they're not. Uh-oh, you gotta go faster. You ready? Take a breath. Shake some. Shake your bellies out. Shake your sillies and your bellies and your bellies and your bellies and your bellies out. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Shake them out. They're gone, they're gone, they're not. Oh, no, we gotta go really fast. Take a breath. Shake some. Shake your bellies out. Shake your sillies and your bellies and your bellies and your bellies and your bellies out. Shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Shake them out. They're gone, they're gone, they're gone. You got rid of them, didn't you? Oh, you still have them? Oh, no, you still have them? Oh, I'm going to switch instruments. I'm going to get my ukulele. The ukulele will get rid of the sillies. Now, this is a little game where you get to do one thing at a time, and at the end we put them all together, okay? It's called tapping in my shoe. You know how to tap your shoe? Put some tapping in your shoe. You got tapping in your shoe. What are you gonna do? You got tapping in your shoe. Now put some wobbles in your knees like Elvis. You got wobbly, wobbly knees. Wobbly, wobbly knees. Help me, please. You got wobbly, wobbly knees. All right, put some wiggles in your hips now like a hula dancer from Hawaii. Put wiggles in your hips. Wiggles are in your hips. Make your backbone slip. You got wiggles in your hips. Put a tickle bug down your shirt. Tickle bugs are down on your shirt. You know, they don't even hurt. You got tickle bugs down your shirt. Put shaking up in your head. You got shaking up in your head. It's not time to go to bed. You got shaking up in your head. All right, now we're going to put all those things together. You ready? Tapping in your shoe, wobbles in your knees, wiggles in your hips, bugs down your shirt, shaking in your head, and one more thing. You got ants in your pants. Ants are in your pants. Shake them out. Makes you wiggle and dance. You got ants in your pants. You got ants in your pants. Ants are in your pants. Makes you wiggle and dance. You got ants in your pants. Did that get rid of the sillies?
Yeah.
It did? Okay, you can sit back down.
I still have them.
We'll do some more things like that in a minute. I brought something to show you.
I can't.
You can sit down right where you are. You don't have to go anywhere. A long time ago, about 500 years ago, people started making this little kind of puppet. He's a dancing puppet. Can everybody see him okay? Some people behind you can see. He's got lots of names. Some people call him Dancing Dan because he's a pretty good dancer. Other people call him Jumpin' Johnny because he's a good jumper. Come on, Johnny, jump. Whoa! Most people call him Limberjack because he's loose and limber. I just call him the dancing man. He's going to do a dance for you. Dancing man, dancing around as best as he can. Jumping up high, dancing down low. The dancing man, just look at him go. Twirl his arm, shake his leg. Dancing man, dancing man. Would you like to see him do the splits?
Yeah!
You would? Okay, come on, dancing man, do the splits. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Hey, that's not a split, that's a sit. Try it again. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. That's not a split either, that's a kneeling down. Now, come on, we want to see a split. And a 1, and a 2. Oh, not an upside down split. They want a right side up split. Come on, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. One leg in the front, 1, 2. Come on, you've done it before. One leg in the front, one in the back. There it is. Ouch, that hurts. I can't do a split like that. I've seen some people that can do it. So this is a toy that people learn to make all by themselves. I made this out of pieces of wood. And there's books in the library that show you how to make this very toy. I even know the name of the book. It's called American Folk Toys. So if one of your dads or grandmas or moms or somebody wants to make you one, they can. All right, I brought some. I brought another instrument to show you. Does anybody know what this is? Anybody, grown-ups?
Dulcimer.
Dulcimer, very good. It's called the Appalachian dulcimer. It comes from the Appalachian Mountains, like in West Virginia and Pennsylvania. Right? It's also called a lap dulcimer. When you play it, it's in your lap. And I play it with a stick and a pick. And I like to play a little game with boys and girls called It's Time to Trick the Kids. I'm going to try to trick you. I'm going to play a song. You don't know what this song is, do you? If you know it, will you sing it? Okay, here we go. Everybody could clap for the kids now. Really nice. Hey, that was too easy though. I better find a trickier one than that. How about this one? I heard some people singing Mary Had a Little Lamb. How about one in French? Well, these are too easy. I'm not tricking anybody. How about this one? What was that? I'll play it again. I'm going to play a short version. E-I-E-I-O. All right, one more. What's this one? Oh, thank you. You know that one? All right, one more. Last one. You think you can get this one? It's a tricky one. You ready? Oh, I couldn't trick anybody today. I tried. It just didn't work.
I know that sound
That was if you're happy and you know it wasn't. Well, I better get a puppet. Let's see. Billy, wake up. Billy Bear, come on, wake up. There's people that want to see you. Billy Bear, what are you doing in there? You can't sleep all day. Come on out of there. Peekaboo, I see you. We're not playing peekaboo, I see you. No, get out of bed. Good night. No, it's not bedtime yet. We're having a show now. Get out here. Happy birthday. It's not their birthday. Oh, is this a birthday party? Well, where are we? Are we at a school? Oh, there's some berries? What kind of berries? No, it's a library. When I was a little boy, I said library. It's not library, it's library. Oh, I'll get it right. Well, say hi, boys and girls. Oh, hi. This is my pal Billy Bear. He's a Kodiak bear all the way from Alaska. And you know what? He's always hungry. I'm hungry. Well, what are you hungry for? I want to eat a sock sandwich. You can't eat sock sandwiches. Oh, yes, you can if you put some Tasty Toes in them. Tasty Toes? You better not eat anybody's toes. Here, I better give him something to eat. Here, have a cookie. What does that taste like? Fish. Cookies don't taste like fish. Here, try a piece of pizza. What does that taste like? Fish. Pizza doesn't taste like fish. Here, try some candy. What does that taste like? Fish. Everything doesn't taste like fish. Will you play a game with the boys and girls? Okay. Say what I say. Say what I say. Say it louder. Ice cream, cookies, pizza, candy. What are you looking at me for? I taught you more words than that. Say jelly beans. Belly jeans. They're not belly jeans, they're jelly beans. Try it again. Try it again. No. I'll give them a different one. Say macaroni. Rackamoni. It's not rackamoni, it's macaroni. These children read books all the time. Don't get them all mixed up. Can you say donut? No, Dad. Can you say hamburger? Bamburger. It's not a bamburger, it's a hamburger. Can you say hot dog? Dog hog. All right, that's it. He's just too mixed up. I better put him back in the bag. No, wait a minute. I want another chance. Should I give him another chance? No? Okay. Billy Bear, say lollipop. Pollywop. It's not a pollywop, it's a lollipop. Can you say pancakes? Pancakes. Can you say candy bar? Baby car. All right, I'm gonna say one very slowly. Say gum drop. Gum drop. All right, last chance. Say root beer. Root beer. You're gonna get a boot beer. You better. I'm gonna give you one more. You try this one. Bubble gum. Gubble gum. It's not a gobble gum, it's a double gum. Now I'm getting mixed up. All right, that's it. It's time for you to say goodbye. No, wait a minute. I'm going to tell you a secret. A secret? Okay. Whisper it in my ear. I don't hear anything. Are you going to whisper in my ear? He says it's not. That wasn't very nice. Now, leave my hat alone. Now what are you doing? Don't eat the microphone. And that's not licorice either. Stop it. All right, it's time for you to say goodbye. No, I'm still hungry. All right, I know what to give him. Here, have a piece of salmon. What does that taste like? Cookies. Well, here, try some halibut. Ooh, that's really good fish. What does that taste like? Pizza. Oh, here, try some shrimp. What does that taste like? Candy. You are one mixed up here. You better just lay down and take a nap. No tickling. Stop it. All right, I think he's ready to settle down and take his nap. Did you wipe your nose on my shirt? You did? Don't do that again. That's disgusting. All right, you ready for the rockabye song? Will you help me sing rockabye? Rockabye baby on the treetop. What are you getting up for? I am not a baby. All right, we'll change the song. Rockabye Billy Bear. Will you help me sing it? Rockabye Billy Bear on the treetop. When the wind blows. Hey, what are you getting up for? I am not on a treetop either. All right, we'll change the song to Rockabye Billy Bear in Daddy's Arms. You ready? Rockabye Billy Bear in Daddy's arms. When the wind blows the cradle. Hey, what are you getting up for? Hey, are you staring at me? Why are you staring at me? Hey, don't snip at me. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh no, he's looking at my face. That wasn't very nice. Why are you looking at me like that? Are you my dad? I guess so. Time to change the diapers. Oh, it is not. It's time for you to say goodbye. No. Hey, I can't hear. He's got my ears covered. Will you help me play a little trick on Little Bear? When he says see you later, you say alligator. And when he says after a while, you say crocodile. And when he says toodaloo, say kangaroo. And when he says bye-bye, say butterfly. And when he says see you soon, say you big baboon. Can you remember all those? Well, it could be raccoon too, but most people. All right, here we go. Let's try it. Oh, what happened? See ya later. Where? Under the chair? Hey, there's an alligator under there. Oh, there's not. They tricked you. Oh, after a while. Where? Is there a crocodile in here? I don't like crocodiles. Toodaloo. Kangaroo. Oh, where's your kangaroo? I want to ride in a kangaroo's pocket. You can't ride in a kangaroo's pocket. You're a Billy. Only Joeys get to do that. I'm Joey the Bear. No, you're not. You're Billy Bear. Not there. Bye-bye. There, up there. Yes, I'm upside down. I don't like being upside down. See you soon. I am not a raccoon. I'm a bear. You're all mixed up. Get back on the bed, you rascal. You know what? You've been sitting down a long time. You ready to stand back up and do something fun?
Yeah.
Let's don't touch it. This game we're going to play, you get to pretend you're driving a car.
Okay. I'm going past the speed limit.
Well, everybody stand up right here in the middle. Stand up in the middle. Now, the first thing you do, I have to warn you, you're not allowed to really drive a car until you're 16 years old. But you can pretend with me, right? Okay, we're going to scoot back a little bit. Now remember, you're doing a show and your mom and dad are watching, so make sure they can see what you're doing. So spread out a little bit. Give yourself more room. Okay, now the first thing you have to do when you drive a car is open up the door. You ready? Open up the front door, click, clack. Open up the back door, click, clack. Front door, back door, clickety clack. Now sit down in your car. Sit down right where you are. All the way down. What's the next thing you do? Shut the door. Then buckle up your seatbelt, clip, clip. Buckle up your seatbelt, clip, clip. Buckle up your seatbelt, clippity clip. Everybody's ready to drive. All right, get your keys out. Put them in the ignition. I'll say turn on the motor, and you say boom, boom. When you grow up, they'll be silent. Turn on the motor, boom, boom. Turn on the motor, boom, boom. Turn on the motor, boom, boom. Everybody's ready to drive. All right, hold on to your steering wheel. Put a foot out for the gas and the brake. You ready? Here we go. Let me hear your horn. Louder horns. Get out of the road, you silly dog. Ride the dogs out of the road. Hold on to your steering wheel again. Step on the gas. Hey, there's a sign up ahead. Library this way. Bumpy road ahead. Uh-oh. You know what that means. Bumping up and down on a bumpy road. Bumping up and down on a bumpy road. Bumping up and down on a bumpy road. Riding in our car. Oh, here's the smooth part. We can go fast. Step on the gas. Faster. Uh-oh. There's flashing lights. There's a police car behind us. Pull over. Here he comes.
Hey, you kids were going too fast. Raise your hand if you have your seatbelt on. All right, I'll let you go this time. Next time I'll take you to the Hooskow. A Hooskow? That's sailor talk for jail. Let's get out of here. Let's go to the freeway. Let's go to the freeway. Let's go to the freeway so we can go real fast. Here we go. Step on the gas.
Oh no. You've got a flat tire. Everybody out of the car. Take your seatbelt off first. Hey, what are you doing in the car? Get out of the car. We gotta fix the car. Everybody out. Out of the car. All right, get the tools out of the trunk. I'll say jack up the car and you go like this. You ready? Jack up the car. Jack up the car. Jack up the car. Everybody's fixing their car. All right. Take that old flat tire off of there. Throw it in the trunk. Put the spare tire on. All right, let's jack her down. Jack down the car. Jack down the car. Jack down the car. Everybody's fixed their car. All right, put the tools back in the trunk. I didn't say get in the trunk. You're not supposed to get in the trunk. You can get cooked inside the trunk. All right, everybody back in the car. Hey, no climbing through the windows. You're supposed to open the door. Open up front door, click, clap. Sit down, buckle up, seat up, turn on the motor. Everybody, here we go. Hold on your steering wheel. Hey, we're driving. What are you doing outside? Get back in the car. What are you doing? Get back in the car. Hey, there's your mom and dad. Wave to them. Wave to your mom as you go by. Wave to your dad as you go by. Grandma or grandpa, somebody go wave to the librarian. All right, here we go again. Let me hear your motors. I can't hear them. Oh, no, we ran out of gas. Everybody out of the car? Take your seatbelt off first. No climbing out the windows. I told you that already. What are you kids doing in the trunk? Get out of the trunk. We have to push the car to the gas station. Here we go. You ready? Push the car. It's heavy. Push the car. It's heavy. Push the car. It's really heavy. We gotta buy some gas. All right, fill up the gas tank. Fill up the gas tank. Shh, shh. Fill up the gas tank. Shh, shh. Fill up the gas tank. Shh, shh. Now we've got some gas. All right, pay the money. Give me some more money. Might as well give them all your money. All right, back in the car. I said get out of the trunk. And no climbing through the windows. You ready? Open up the front door. Click. Clap it down. Sit down. Buckle up your seat belt. Turn on the motor. Everybody's ready to drive. You did a good job. Give yourself a good job. I'm going to get Toby the tortoise out. He's going to help me tell a story. You like stories, don't you? Toby, come on out here. Toby, what are you doing? Scoot back. Come on. Toby, I can see your legs. Where's your head? What are you doing in
told you the tortoise. I'm a kind of turtle. Hey, wanna move?
Hey, sit down. Hey, sit down where you are.
Where are we? Are we at a party?
No, I'm
Oh, there's berries to eat?
It's a library, not a library.
I don't want to eat any libraries. They'll make me tell lies.
No, they won't. Sit down where you are. What do you like?
I like turtle stories.
Turtle stories. Do you know any turtle stories? Oh, I know a whole bunch of turtle stories. Would you like to hear one? In the wintertime, the people of North America we call Indians, they have a tradition. They tell stories in the wintertime because they're too busy the rest of the time to tell their stories. And this is one of the stories of the Hopi people that live in New Mexico and Arizona, way out in the desert. A long time ago, all the turtles were swimming in the river. There was nice, cool water. But right next to the river was a desert, a hot, sandy desert.
No grass.
That's right, no grass and no trees, just the prickly cactuses. And one day, Grandmother looked up and she said, "Look, the cactuses have made fruits. We will go eat them." And all the turtles climbed out of the river, up on the muddy bank and into the sandy desert to go and eat the fruits of the prickly cactuses. All except for Little Turtle.
What was she doing?
She was taking a nap. And when she woke up, she looked around, and all the other turtles were gone. The little turtle swam around. She couldn't find Grandmother. She couldn't find her mother. She couldn't find her brother. She couldn't find anybody. So she swam over to the edge of the river, and she saw footprints of turtles in the mud leading up into the desert. She thought, "Oh, they're going to eat fruits. I'm going to go with them." And she climbed out of the cool water into the hot, sandy desert, all by herself. She looked around. She couldn't find the other turtles. She couldn't find any fruits. Worst of all, she couldn't find her way back to the river, and it was hot, and there was no water and nothing to eat. She didn't know what to do. So Little Turtle started to cry. A fox was listening, and he heard turtles cry. And he came running over and he said, "Turtle, I like that song you're singing." The turtle said, "I'm not singing, I'm crying." And the fox said, "I like your song, do it again." The turtle kept crying. The fox said, "I really like that song you're singing. What's the name of that song?" The turtle said, "It's not a song, I'm crying." And the fox said, "I like that song so much, I think I'm going to eat you up. Then I'll have your song inside me." Turtle was not one bit afraid of that fox. And she said, "Go ahead, fox, eat me up. And when I'm inside you, I'm going to come out of my shell and I'm going to scratch your insides with my sharp claws." The fox said, "I don't want somebody scratching my insides. I'm going to get you, Turtle." Turtle said, "I don't care what you do, just don't throw me in the river." "Oh, you can't swim, Turtle?" And Fox picked Turtle up and carried her all the way to the water and threw her in the river. Splash! And Turtle started swimming around, and Fox said, "Oh, you tricked me." And the fox jumped in the water and he tried to catch Turtle. But Turtle swam down to the bottom of the river. Fox doesn't know how to do that. And the river carried the fox away. And later that day, all the turtles came back, and Little Turtle told Grandmother what happened. And she said, "Even though you are little, you are very wise. You tricked the fox."
That's right, she tricked the fox. Pretty tricky turtle. All of us turtles are tricky, you know. I can do a trick too, you know what I can do? See you later. Oh, where'd he go?
He's in his shell.
Peekaboo.
Hey, Tortoise. Hi,
Are you guys ready to play another game?
Tortoise. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's.
Did he ever trick an animal?
Oh, I tried to trick the lion one time.
All right, back in the bag, Toby. It's time for the kids to play another game. Everybody stand up. We're going to play a really wild and silly game this time.
Yeah, I love really wild games.
This game is a winter game called Dance and Freeze. Do you know how to play that game?
Oh, yeah.
Shake your hands, freeze. Don't move that muscle. Stomp your feet, freeze. Pull some people call it freeze dance, but I don't. Because I call it dancing freeze, because this is a dancing freeze game, not just freeze dance, but dancing freeze. You ready? You dance around, act like a clown, jump up and down, jump all around. When the music stops, you have to freeze. Put your fingers in the air, wave around up there. When the music stops, you have to freeze. You can hop around on one foot, hop around on the other foot. Keep hopping, 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 now freeze. You can spin around, spin around, around and around and around and around. Spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around, freeze. You can move real slow. Move real slow. Move as slow as a turtle goes. When the music stops, you have to freeze. You move real fast, 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 fast. Fast, fast, fast. When the music stops, you have to freeze. Well, the music may stop here. Or the music may stop there. When the music stops, you have to freeze. You spin around, spin around, around and around and around and around. Spin around, spin around, spin around, spin around. Put your fingers up in the air, wave them around up there. Reach for the sky, reach for the sky. Now freeze. Don't move a muscle, I have to get some. Just a second. I gotta get my special kazoo holder. I'm gonna get my trusty kazoo. Look at all these frozen people. You'd think it was winter time. Can you understand what I'm saying? Oh, just pretend. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, when the music stops, you have to breathe. Here we go again. Dance around, act like clowns, jump up and down, jump all around. When the music stops, you have to sneeze. No, that's not right. You have to stop. No, that's not right. It sounds like cheese. You have to. What do you have to do? Please, knees, freeze. One more time. Dance around, act like a clown, jump up and down, jump all around. When the music stops, the song is done. Give yourself another big hand. All right, everybody sit back down. I think we better have one more story. It's close to bedtime. Don't you have stories before bed every night? Do you? Mommy reads you a story, or your daddy reads you a story, or you listen to a story, or you read your own story. You want to hear a story that I heard when I was a little boy? Okay. I'm gonna tell you a story that I heard when I was a little boy. I used to be a little boy, now I'm a grandpa. Would you like to hear that one? Did you ever go out at night and look up in the sky and see stars? You know what stars look like? Well, this is a story about some stars. And a little girl and her mom. A long time ago, things were different than they are today. People had houses, but inside the house They didn't have faucets that turned on water. They had to carry water from a well in a bucket. And they put the bucket in the sink, and they hang a dipper on the edge of the bucket. If they wanted to drink the water, they would take the dipper and put it in the bucket, and they would drink out of the dipper. There was a little girl that lived with her mom way out in the forest. They had a little cottage, and they had beds to sleep in and chairs to sit in, and they had a sink and they had a bucket. And one day the mama got sick. She couldn't get out of bed, and she said to the little girl, "Oh, please bring me some water. I'm very thirsty." And the little girl went over to the bucket, and she took the dipper, and she put it in. The bucket was empty. She said, "Grandma, oh, Mama, I'm going to have to go out to the well. I'll go out to the well and get you some water. I'll be right back." And she took the bucket, and she tied a rope on the bucket, and she lowered it down onto the ground, way down under the ground. And when it hit the bottom, it went clunk, for the well was dry. There was no water in the well. And she came back, she said, "Mother, I'm going to have to go back to the spring out in the forest. I'll take the old tin dipper, and I'll get you some water." And so she went out to the forest, and the branches were grabbing at her clothes because it was almost dark. And finally she came to a spring, and there was a pool of really cool, clean water. And she put the old tin dipper in it, and she carried it very carefully back along the trail, back to her cottage. But she hadn't gotten all the way back when a dog came walking down the trail, and he was going like this. And that's usually when dogs are thirsty. So she said, "Here, dog, have a drink." And she gave the dog a drink of water. And she took the dog back to the spring to show him where the water was. But when she looked at the dipper, it wasn't old anymore and tin. It was shiny new and silver. And it was bright. So she filled up the silver dipper. And she carried it very carefully along the trail back to her mother's cottage. And she got almost back, but there was an old man standing there. He said, "Oh, I'm very thirsty. Do you have any water?" She said, "Here, drink." And he drank the cool water. And she took the man back to the spring so he could fill up his bottle with water. But when she looked at the dipper, it wasn't shiny and silver anymore. Now it was very bright gold. So bright it shone like a light. She filled up the gold dipper, and she carried it very carefully back to her mother. And her mother drank the water. Oh, it tasted so cool and so good. It soothed her throat. It made her feel so good inside. And as soon as she finished the water, the dipper changed into diamonds, 7 of them. And they started flying around the room. And they were so bright and sparkly, the girl and the mother, they couldn't believe what they were seeing. And the diamonds flew right out the window. And they flew up into the sky. And they made the shape of the dipper.